everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of very different. It's going to be kind of like a story kind of video, and it's very funny because like just the other day, Saturday, I'm filming this on Sunday by the way, so yesterday was Saturday. So yesterday I was actually thinking, I was like, I want to have, like, I was trying to think of something to do because like I said in my last video, I was like, I'm running out of ideas to do for my channel, and I was like, I really want to give like story, something to tell. I couldn't think of anything, but now I have it. So that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to kind of start off with just kind of talking about my story. As you can, like, me getting my ears pierced. And so as you might can tell, I saw a video clip over there in that my earrings that I got, and I'm going to kind of tell you guys the story of all that went down and everything that happened, my experience with it, and also what you can expect if you want to get your ears pierced, or you know somebody that's wanting to get theirs pierced and doesn't really know what to expect. All of that's going to be in this video, so keep on watching. Okay, so yesterday, which I'm just going to say it for now on, I'm just going to say Saturday, just because when you guys see this, y'all won't think it was like yesterday. So I'm just going to say Saturday, because when you guys see this, it'll be live. It'll be, like, almost a week ago. So Saturday, we went to visit my grandma. We went and talked to her for a little bit. It was really cold, so we didn't really stand outside and talk to her because of COVID. We couldn't actually go in and, like, sit with her or anything like that. So we bought her groceries, we did all that, and then we were going over to Dunn to get my class ring, which if you follow me on Instagram, you know about the class ring and actually some of the earrings on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to follow me there for updates, that kind of thing, just daily things in my life, that kind of stuff, Q&As that I sometimes do on here. All of that is through my Instagram, so go follow me on Instagram if you are not already. But back to the story. So we went over to Dunn, and this was like the only jewelry store, like quite a long way from where I live, but all the way in Dunn to go and get my class ring, because it was the only jewelry store that had class rings, because that's like a whole other story in and of itself, because every single jewelry store we went to tried to order class ring. They weren't doing it either because of COVID, or one jewelry store we went to couldn't do it because the people that did it, like Gold Lance or like whatever the companies were that did it, they actually had like removed their stuff from them, yet they were still on their website. So it was really weird. And we called like a couple jewelry stores, and they just weren't. They like we called one number, and the jewelry store wasn't even like a jewelry store anymore. So it was weird. But anyway, so we had to go to Dunn to get the class ring, and so we'd already ordered it, so we were going to go pick it up, and I tried it on, it fit great, so we did that, and my mom asked the lady at the jewelry store, she's like, so do y'all do ear piercings here? Because he knows I've been wanting to do this. Actually, she told me I could do it when I turned 16, and I just didn't do it, and then when I was going to do it, that's when COVID hit, and yeah, so I still hadn't had my ears pierced. And she asked him, she's like, hey, what, like, do y'all do ear piercings here? And they're like, no, we don't do that here because of COVID. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, really? Because of COVID? Like, I mean, I don't know, I guess I kind of get it, but, like, at the same time, not really. Like, I don't know, I just like, why can't you do ear piercings because of COVID? I don't know, you wear a mask, like, it's, I don't know, anyways. Didn't ask questions, but that, I was just kind of thinking that to myself. And so, but the lady told her about a tattoo place that was doing piercings. And she's like, hey, there's a good tattoo place right down the road. They're super nice, super friendly, all that, and they can do it there. And my mom was like, I don't want to go to tattoo parlors. And I had actually been the one telling her for a long time. I was like, you need to go to, I was like, I need to go to tattoo parlor because they're licensed. I've heard from friends who think that's like the best place to go. For anyone who's wanting to try Claire's, don't go there. I've heard really bad stories from Claire's. I'm no hate on Claire's, but I just would not advise that. So I was like, I think the only option is a tattoo parlor. So they told it to my mom. She's like, So she's like, I don't know. And so we got back in the car and she was talking about, she looked at me, she's like, well, Caitlin, do you want to get your ears pierced today? And I was like, are you serious? Like, yes, girl, I want to get my ears pierced today. So she asked me, she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, like, I'm totally down for it. And I had to be back at work to go to work. I was scheduled to work at like 3, so it was like probably 10 something, 11 something, around probably 11. By the time that would happen. And she's like, yeah, so we think it's about time we just go down the road and do it. So I was like, yeah, okay. So she called the place, asked them if they had to set up an appointment or just do a walk-in. And they said that we could just walk in and do it. So we went there, we went to go check him out. And the people there were kind of only met one, but he was super nice. So we went there and did that. And because I couldn't get any footage, they actually didn't, I was going to video this for you guys. But the guy was like, no video, like he didn't allow videoing, which I'm kind of just like, I don't really know why, because he allowed pictures but not videos. I don't really know why, but anyways, so no videos, so I don't have any video footage for you, but my dad did take some pictures that I'll kind of show you throughout, this video. So we went there and had to sign a waiver, all that kind of stuff. And we went back to like a little corner. It had like a table, like a kind of very similar to like the way you see like doctor's offices, so that little table bed kind of thing, kind of cushiony. Yeah, that thing. That's what they kind of had in there. So I sit on there. He did it. And I'll kind of tell you about the whole process towards the end of this video to kind of tell you guys about kind of what to expect. But for the story part of it, I'm just going to skip through that. So he did all that, he did the markings on it, did the piercings, and he did the one side first, and it was like I kinda had wanted, like originally I was wanting to kind of do it like at the same time, but there was only one person doing it, so couldn't have that, but it wasn't really too terribly bad for me, but I wasn't really nervous, but I probably got more nervous. I'm just not really a big fan of needles. I am not a huge fan of needles, so I had like a cardigan. If you've seen the picture over here, I had a cardigan that I was wearing. It's like a sleeveless cardigan, and I was actually kind of holding onto the cardigan, just like not really nervous, but just like just in case. So I did that. I was fine. I set up, and I was ready and all that to go on. He was done. And I was like, and I was taking some pictures, and so I had gotten off of the bed. I was kind of sitting there where he was talking to my mom about some of the procedures kind of stuff, and then it was like, I don't know what happened. It is like, I think everything just kind of got bright, and I've had that feeling before, so I kind of was like, okay, something's not right. So I kind of, like, it was like very, like, everything's like very bright and kind of blurry, if that makes sense, and I could kind of tell, like, everything kind of seemed muffled. And for anyone by now, you're probably getting what's about to happen, because for anyone who's experienced that also, you probably know what's about to happen. So I told my dad, who's sitting beside me, I said, I'm not really feeling too good. I was like, I'm feeling kind of dizzy at the moment. And so he's like, okay. So I was like, okay, you can sit down. And so I sat on the thing, lied down for a minute, and I kind of probably lay there for like a couple minutes. I don't know how long it was, but I was like, okay, I feel better, like, you know, I feel better, I think I'm ready to get up. So finally I got up, we walked over to where we were going to pay, we walked over there, and I was kind of standing there, we were waiting, I think I had like one person in front of us, so we were kind of waiting there, and then it happened again. I was like, everything just got really bright, and I was like, oh no, please, like, not again. And then the same kind of thing happened, it got really bright, it got blurry, and I couldn't hear very well. It was like somebody did this. It's like, that was kind of what it sounded like. It's like to put a cuff like over your ears. That's what it sounded like. So I was like, so I told my dad, I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna like pass out again. So there was a chair, but this time it was like my legs were shaky. I couldn't, because like I said, I couldn't hardly see because I was blurry. I think it was like really bright, blurry. I couldn't hardly see where the chair was to begin with. So I couldn't really tell. And my dad was leading me. The guy that helped me get my ears pierced and everything, he was helping me over there. My mom was there, and Yeah, but my legs were so, like, my legs were just doing like this. Like, that is, my legs are actually, like, vibrating. And so I sat on the chair, and they say you're supposed to lie down, but like I said, it was a chair because it's the closest thing that was nearby. So I sat on there, and then after that, I don't really know much what happened. My dad was on the side note, and was like, and it was, I felt like my legs just going like this, and I heard my dad call my mom's name, and he's like, Brenda, and that was kind of like the last thing I kind of remember, and I was just like, I was kind of shaking, like kind of in and out. So I don't know, I guess it's like seizure, I don't know what it was. And the weird thing was, like, I had to sign a waiver. It said, like, I didn't have, like, epilepsy or anything. I don't, but I don't know really what that was. So, yeah, so he was just, but, so he was doing that, and got out of that, and yeah, so, comfortable here, because I need to stretch. So, yeah, so I was really kind of, like, not really there, and so I finally got out of that, so, when I finally got, like, conscious, not conscious, but, like, it's kind of conscious, I don't know. Anyways, I got conscious, and it was, like, after, it was, like, everything was, like, it wasn't, like, bright blur, but it was still kind of, like, bright, and I was kind of, like, not really completely there, and the guy comes up and has the same, I don't really know what's going on, like I said, I have no idea what's going on, but he has, like, a little thing, it's, like, in a little, like, it was, like, a lid looking thing, and it was, like, this around, like it was like a sweetheart thing. I didn't see that at first. He just handed my mom, was like, give this to her, and I was just like I don't really know. You seem nice, but, like, I don't know you. So he's like, yeah, so it's like a sweetheart kind of thing. It's like for like your sugar level, and he asked me, he's like, when's the last time? Or she asked my mom, he's like, when's the last time she's eaten? And she was like, well, she ate probably about like 9 o'clock, somewhere around there, like 8-9 o'clock. Had like a turkey. Like turkey sausage, egg and cheese biscuit from Biscuitville, which is a really good place that if you live in North Carolina, I think it's only in North Carolina. I'm not sure. Like, actually, I'm not really sure where they are. They might be in more states. I don't know, but I got in there, had like half of a muffin. I was like, I've eaten less before and been fine, but so he gave me that, and he gave me like a can of Coke, like a little can of Coke, and a water bottle also, and he was super nice, super like understanding, and he had given me like all of that, and I was starting to feel a little better. So we parked kind of a little bit of distance, so my dad brought the car back over to where the tattoo parlor was. So I was fine, kind of got up, and I was still like kind of shaken up a little bit from all that, but overall I was feeling better. And so she was like, yeah, so maybe we're gonna go get some lunch. And by this time it was probably 1 o'clock, somewhere around 1 o'clock, and maybe like 12:30 something around there. So I remember I had to leave for work at 3. But she was like, you know what, we need to get you something to eat. And I was like, I'm not really hungry, but sometimes, like, I may not be hungry, and then I eat something, and then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of hungry now. So we ordered from a place that we hadn't eaten before, because I said, well, we're in Dunn, so I don't live in Dunn. So we got all the way over there, and we ate at this place, like Broad Street Deli, I think it was. And so we brought some food there, and I had like a chicken salad sandwich kind of thing. It was like in a croissant. Yeah. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. You get it. So yeah, so that's what I was doing. So we got that, and I got like a little fruit cup with it, and I got for dessert, I got like a slice of carrot cake. And I ate like maybe half of the sandwich in like all like the little fruit cup, but I just didn't want anything. The sandwich to me was, I don't know if it was just me, but the chicken tasted really dry, and I'm a very much of a mayonnaise girl, and it just didn't have as much mayonnaise as I preferred. So it had like these like artichokes, I think they're called, and like stringy stuff, and I was like, what is this? But Anyways, I didn't throw all over it to begin with. The bread was kind of dry, I just didn't throw all over it, so that didn't help me either. So I just had that, and when I got home, I was like, you need to eat something, but I was like not hungry, because like did not have any appetite whatsoever. So all that, I actually ended up asking somebody that I worked with. I was like, hey, can you come in like 90 minutes earlier for me, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to go or not. I was like, because, you know, it was getting kind of close to the time. I said, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, because, and I kind of told him, like, a little bit of what happened. And he was just like, yeah, sure, I'll come in for you. So he came in for me. If you're watching this video, thank you. You know who you are. So, thank Chick-fil-A employees, rock. But, I love my family. But, yeah, so, a Chick-fil-A fam. But, yeah, so they were, so I didn't actually have to come until like 4:30 because he switched with me. So I had some time. I was like, man, like at the time I just didn't want to go. Like I was like, I want to go. Like I feel like I can go. I was just like, at the same time I just didn't really want to go. So when I got there, I told my manager kind of a little bit of what I looked to see where I was, and I was outside, and I was like, and I was out serving, and I was going to be outside serving with a good friend of mine. I was like, man, I was like, I really want to do it. But I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing it because of what happened. So I kind of told her a little bit of that. And she's like, yeah, sure, that's no problem. I totally get it. So she moved me inside. So I still actually got to kind of be around here. I was inside. But I actually but after that, like, I kind of felt fine. I was kind of feeling more of myself. So I'm actually really glad I did go. Because I was feeling a lot better. And when I got home, I literally just had cake and like 2 like ham and cheese tortillas. That was like literally my dinner, because I didn't get a break at work, because I only worked like 3.5 hours. So that's what I got for my dinner. And yeah, so that was pretty much my day yesterday. Very exciting. That was my experience with with getting my ears pierced. But don't be worried if you're like if you've watched this video now, you're like, oh my goodness, I do not want to get my ears pierced now. Don't think that. Like this is just me. Like I'm pretty sure I'm literally one in like 7 point whatever billion people out there in the world. I'm probably like the one person out of that has had this issue. And because I've had like different, it's been like years since then, but like, you know, it's been a while, so it's not so, you know, I have had this issue before. Like I said, I kind of knew what it was when it came up. And don't get nervous and thinking like, oh, I'm definitely not getting my ears pierced now. It's like that doesn't happen to like the majority of people. So don't worry about that happening to you. It very highly likely will not happen to you. Like it did with me. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know what it was. It's probably nervous and probably like me not eating a lot. But you know, it could have been who knows what. Only God knows what actually really went on that day. But I'm going to move on now to kind of tell you guys now what to expect, because the passing out is not really something you need to worry about. That was just my story with it. But going on to what to expect, so when I walked in there, you had to fill out a waiver. So I did said tattoos parlor. So if you're going to some kind of jewelry store, maybe in your area that does it, this might not be the same way. And I want to let you guys know, like, I did mine with the needle, so I didn't do it with the gun. So I can't really tell you which is better, needle or gun, because I have only done the needle, because I only have one piercing. So I did the needle. I know some people do the guns. I'd heard like the guns, like a lot of people didn't really recommend the guns. So I don't know. I kind of leave it up to you on which method you prefer. So I got the needles pierced. So what they kind of did to kind of walk you guys through it. So the first thing that they had done was he did like well, first he cleaned the ear. So he took like, I guess it was alcohol or some kind of like antibacterial or something, and he just kind of put it like on like a Q-tip and just kind of went over the ear with that. And then after he kind of cleansed the spots, and he did it like on both sides, so he just kind of wiped it. Kind of like before you get a flu shot, you know, they usually take the little thing and they kind of just like wipe it on your arm or whatever and kind of like get that bacterial stuff. So that's kind of the same kind of thing that they were doing. So he did all that. Then he did like a little, I'm not even sure really what he used. I guess it was some kind of tool. It had some kind of black ink, I guess it was maybe on it. And he just kind of like marked the spot and then kind of looked at it, you know, to make sure it was even. Then after that, so he kind of looked at it, he asked me what I thought. I asked my mom and dad if they thought it looked even. So once we got it to where it looked even, that's when he used some kind of, it kind of looked like a hole puncher. But it wasn't like a hole puncher, but it had, I guess, like a little circle kind of thing at the end. So he would go and like clip it, I guess, kind of like to where the dot would be like on your ear. It would be like right in the center of that circle on the tool that he was using. So he would just kind of look that, and it would just kind of like drape like that, like kind of hang down. And then like before he did the needle, he was like, breathe in, and he's like, breathe out, and then like when you breathe out, that's when he like puts you through the needle. And I will say, as regards to the pain of like me thinking, well, did it hurt? Like, how did it like feel when that happened? It kind of, in a way, it kind of felt like a flu shot. But at like the same time, it probably maybe a little, like, it was somewhat like a flu shot, but probably just like a little bit like worse. If that makes sense. It's not like really bad. Like, if you can handle flu shots really well, then you can handle getting like your ear pierced. Like, I'm talking about like just the earlobe, so I can't really speak for like the cartilage and those other type of piercings, but for the earlobe, it was actually like not too much worse really than a flu shot. And he just kind of did it, and it was over and done. So it wasn't too bad. Like I said, he used the needle, so I can't really go for the gun. I can't say anything about that one. But yeah, so that was kind of how all that went down. And so after the piercing, he put the earrings in, all that, he gave him instructions. One of the things was there's this like piercing aftercare. This is the one, I don't know if they had the same one. I doubt they had the same ones for like all jewelry stores or tattoo places. But this is the one that I got from the tattoo parlor. And what you do is like you spray it. So you just kind of spray from a distance, spray in your ear. I'm still really bad at this because every time I spray it, literally every time I spray it, it goes like right in my ear. So I have to like use like these little earplug things, put them in my ear to spray it because it keeps getting in my ear and it's just aggravating. So, but yeah, so this is, it's kind of I think like a little, like, it's like a saline solution thing. That's what I got, and yeah, so you just spray it on there like both sides. Well, I don't know if you can spray on both sides. That's what I do. I just spray it like on this side and then I go like this side. I would think you do on both sides, but but he didn't really exactly explain on that. But yes, that's what I have to do for that. And I don't have the soap in here, but they also recommended using like an antibacterial soap that you would kind of like lather it up on your hands and kind of rub it on your ear. And it's supposed to be fragrance free. We had a bar of like antibacterial soap, and we looked for some that was like antibacterial and fragrance free. But I guess just because of I guess they just weren't making it or something. So we ended up having to just use the one that kind of had a little bit of fragrance to it. But I've been using it. It hasn't done anything. Like I said, I did just get this done yesterday. So it's been like 24 hours ago that I had all this done. So that is what they did. And I will say, they told me not to twirl it. Like, I know that you said you could like turn it or whatever, but they actually didn't do that for me. They didn't, he actually told me, he's like, yeah, like, I know, like, he's like, yeah, I know that's what you used to say, like, to turn it. He's like, but don't turn it. I can't remember the reason why, though. He said not to turn it. I don't really remember. But he was like, yeah, don't turn it. He said, like, whenever you're in the shower and you're washing your hair or whatever, to make sure you get, like, all soap out, it kind of move it back and forth. Not to turn it. So, sometimes I always heard, like, if you didn't turn it, like, it would grow around your ears. I don't know. But I'm gonna go by what he said. So, and just kind of move it back and forth. So, yes, that was pretty much, it for, like, what you can really expect. Like I said, it's not too much worse than a flu shot. So if you handle flu shots really well, it's not a big deal. If you have a panic attack every time you have a flu shot, I might not recommend it. But yeah, because like I said, it's about the same kind of procedures like they do with like flu shots. But yeah, so that is my story and kind of like what you can expect if you want to get your ears pierced. I would highly recommend it if that's something you wanted to do. It was definitely something that I wanted to do, and now that I've done it, I'm really glad that I'm doing it. And they did tell me to do like I guess the washing too. It was like the washing in this for like I think it was like 4 to 6 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks. I would say like 4 weeks. About like 4 weeks is what I say. I know it was like definitely around 4 weeks. So about 4 weeks on bacterial stuff, and I think it was like 4 to 6 weeks I think it was before you could actually take the earrings out and like exchange them. So I have to keep these in here. So you guys can see it. Like I have to keep these earrings in my ear for like 4 to 6 weeks. I can't change them out. So but I really like them. I think they look cute. And yeah, so that is, like I said, that's my story with it. Hope you guys have a much better experience with that than I did. And if you are new to this channel and you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button below. And be sure to hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I upload more videos. And I can't remember if I said this or not already, but if you did like this video, please give it a like. And I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this, and y'all have a wonderful day.